Ty Montgomery. Let's talk a little bit, man. First of all, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And Shabby has all the questions.
Shabby.
I'm gonna get into it, so you don't mind. Okay, so we saw some
Well,
stuff.
let me clarify. I would ask, but I'm still over here trying to heal from you breaking my face.
So for all of us fantasy fans, we noticed last year that Ty Montgomery got moved from his position in the stacked wide receiver grouping of the Green Bay Packers. Couple injuries, this, that, and the third, and next thing you know, my man's running a football at the backfield. You played running back growing up.
Yeah.
How was the transition going from a pro wide receiver to a pro running back?
It's been fantastic in my opinion.
Right.
I've loved every minute of it. I've spoken with a couple other guys on the team, specifically some wide receivers, and they said there's no way that they would ever even want to do it.
Wow.
Just because it's definitely more physical than playing wide out. I mean, you can play wide out and see 3 or 4 targets a game, maybe get hit twice, catch a ball, go out of bounds. But when you play running back, you're involved in every single play, whether you're picking up a blitz, you're running a check down, or you're running the football. And you can't just run an out route and then step out of bounds.
And you like that?
I like that more.
Right.
I like to be involved. And I looked at it as a challenge. I like taking on challenges. It makes it fun. You don't get bored every time you take on a new challenge.
Sure.
Not that playing wide receiver is boring, but when I was asked to play running back, I was like, well, heck yeah. Let's go make something happen. Let's go, turn some heads and do something a lot of people think I can't do. So I had a lot of people try to talk me out of it.
Really?
Like, are you crazy? Like, receivers make more money and you're not going to play as long in the NFL? And I'm like, well, if those were reasons why I was playing, then I wouldn't have made the switch. But that's not why I'm playing.
Take that. Okay, the breakout game in Dallas. There's a few times when Ty Montgomery's name hit the stat sheets and it was a big deal. But moving to running back, I remember seeing online, I'm a big PTI fan, there was some discussion about you keeping the number 88, being in the backfield.
Yeah.
First, what is your opinion on that? Obviously, you're not going to change your number. Did any of that matter to you? Did you see a reason to change your number?
Initially, because I was so caught up in, we were talking about this, at dinner earlier. I was like, okay, God, if you want me to play running back, I got you. Now, I need to change my number. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I'm, full on in this running back mode. But then as I sat on it more, I thought about it more. I don't need to change my number. I think keeping 88, makes you remember my journey so far in this NFL.
Wow.
Makes you remember who I am. I'm not just a running back. I'm a football player. I also played wide receiver, and it's 88. You're not gonna forget that.
It's dope.
It's kind of. I think it's part of my brand. It's part of what makes me me, and it's unique. And
88 for life.
88. Straight up.
Plus, you make those Michael Irvin highlights. Why we part of that 88 club?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so
88
for 88.
Heck
So
yeah.
I know you. 88.
Okay, so one thing that maybe a lot of people don't know is Brian grew up in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin, so he's a big-time Pack fan. So we were trying to think of a question to gauge ahead of time. There were a couple things, but I think what we wanted to do was, Brian, just to freestyle a question. Did you have something you wanted to ask as a dead serious, die-hard, love Ty Montgomery Packer fan? Break it down.
Well, that's a lot of pressure, but I will say...
yes, Aaron's a cool guy.
Dude, just got double check.
That's like the #1 question.
Really? No,
Yeah.
not at all. On behalf of my friends and family, as growing up Packer fans, this is a real privilege. I don't know if it's a privilege for you as much as it is. No, man, this is incredible. But I would say I grew up seeing this, hype about Green Bay and how it's this place that's not like any other place. I guess my personal question was your expectations when you got drafted. Okay, this is Green Bay. Was there an adjustment as you got into the league? Maybe some unmet expectations, or maybe some that were like, man, this is really more than I thought? Or what did that process look like?
I think Stanford really prepared me for it. I think Stanford, as much as they can, run their program like an NFL organization. And I think that's something that kids when they're looking to go to college. One, I think they should look to go to college to get their education because football is going to get everything out of you, so get everything out of football.
Preach.
First and foremost. But also look to see if they run that program like an organization to get you to the next level. So I think Stanford did a good job of preparing me for that. So I wasn't too surprised by anything. We got days off in training camp. You don't get days off in college. You know, at least we didn't. But you know, I think just the biggest adjustment is the paychecks, and then when it's time to make cuts, not knowing what's gonna happen, and seeing guys, you know, get moved or get cut or get released, and then they come back, or guys get traded, you know, right on the spot, or it's the middle of the season and you've had 8 different guys in your position room, and that's like whoa, you know, I got a wife, you know, I want to start having kids, I want to keep moving my kids. I want to keep moving my wife. You know, that's the only thing is you gotta adjust to the instability that comes with the life.
Can I say something?
Please.
Like I know a lot of people watch games and it's about fantasy football, and it irks me that like underneath the helmet. Like I talked to Mason Crosby a couple years ago, and I just had a great conversation. Next season I watched, and I'm like watching him kick field goals. I'm like, he's got a wife, like he's got a family. And my uncles are like, make a field goal. Like I'm like, because people don't understand. Like it's ridiculous, really.
Yeah, I guess it's been like that for a long time. You know, I heard someone say they compared it to back in the Greek days. And when you would watch the track and field during that time, or gladiators, you know, it's literally like, kill him, and then it's like you forget that that's a person that you're talking about being killed. So for us, you know, any athlete, you get so wrapped up in the entertainment and how much you make in fantasy that week, or the money you bet on the game, that you forget like you're talking about somebody's life. Like you wouldn't wish something, you know, so negative on someone that's sitting right next to you, but you know, why would you wish that on us? Like you can be into the game, but at the end of the day, we're still human beings. You know, we got families we go to, and then you might see us on the street and ask us for our autographs.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
Did you catch flack online, like Twitter and stuff like that, when you move from wide receiver to running back? Because people point structure is different. They might not be paper catch leagues or PPRs.
Yeah, all the time. Mostly just, oh, he's fragile. He'll never make it. He's a wide receiver, and you know, just a bunch of stuff like that. And you know, I mean, Remy will tell you, actually, I deleted my Twitter a couple of times just so I wouldn't have to look at it.
Sure, man.
You know, it doesn't so much like affect me internally, but if I want to be social and be into my social media, it kind of gets annoying seeing this stuff pop up on my social media all the time. So I got some flack for it, but fortunately it comes with the territory.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ty, I have a really personal question for you, a little deeper than the ones that Brian asked. Tortoise or the hare?
I am a hare. I don't know if that's good or bad,
Why? Why do you say that?
but most people, when anyone that really knows me, they know how I operate, and even since I was young, I've always operated to get to the next level, to get to the next thing. That's just the way I was raised in my household. You know, I remember, you know, being told, well, they're not going where you're going, so why are you friends with them? So even like then as a child, I was like, well, if they're making bad decisions and they're not going where I'm going, then why am I friends with them? And so everything I did was get good grades so I could go to college. Go to college so that I could play in the NFL or I could have a good job. Be married so I can do right by God. Do this so I can do this, and do everything as fast as I can and be efficient, and then so I can get there. I probably need a little bit more tortoise in me, but I'm 100% hare. I just try to, you know, what you tell me to do, I try to find the fastest way to do it, the most as efficient as possible, and just do it the right way, but just do it.
Cookie jam. So Taylor,
Our cameraman.
Lost it. Kenny, get it together, dog.
Kenny back.
What did you say?
Taylor, what would you say? Tortoise or the hare?
Tortoise. I'm a tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm patient. I'm methodical. I don't have a problem with people passing me up because they might be watching me slowly and casually walk past them.
You're talking about Ty, aren't you?
No.
Definitely not.
I'm
Definitely not.
definitely not heading to the combine with this dude.
I ran a 4.4, but it was
Man, I'll run a 6.8. Now we're not talking about like athletic competition. I'm talking about life. Just allowing things to come to me rather than necessarily trying to be just controlled by ambition. And it's hard. It's not necessarily like it's easy to just own the tortoise, but I've seen enough things happen in my life where things just come around eventually, and I just have to be patient and wait.
Maybe I'm not being clear. What animal do you guys think you favor more? Is really the tortoise or the hare?
I thought
Brian?
I was a comment.
I'm gonna ignore that. I'm on the opposite
Kind of the theme all night, Brian.
I'm the opposite side of Ty. Very analytical, very methodical. It's like if I was climbing the cliff, I would like make sure every foot was there. But I'm learning though that can be detrimental. There's a good thing to it for me. It's making sure that when I do take a step, I believe in it. And if it does go not the way I planned, I'm still confident. But I'm learning to kind of throw that over analytical thing.
So you're
aside.
transforming into a hare,
Yeah, I'm like
like a hairless.
yeah.
Bucky
Yeah.
O'Hare.
Bucky
O'Hare. Captain Bucky O'Hare. Is that Canadian?
No.
Okay.
Or I'm cracking a whip on
I
the
wouldn't take credit
tortoise,
for it.
like
You're the hare beating the
Speed up.
tortoise.
Be the tortoise?
Well, I'm analytical though, so maybe I'm more of a tortoise. I don't know, but I like your analogy of like rock climbing. I'll think about it before I do it, but then I try to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way to put it.
So
To be
next-
less serious right now, I'm playing this game called Golf Clash
Okay.
on my phone, and you have to get these trophies. And Remy's over there laughing because she sees me. I'm up all night
Shout out to Remy.
trying to get to the next level. I would be like, man, if I win 2 more matches, then I'll get to the next level where I can bet 100,000 coins, and I'll lose a couple, and then I'll win one, and I'll lose a couple, and I'll win like 3, and I'll be like, oh, I'm so close. And I have to keep playing, and I have to get to that next level right now.
That sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog portals.
I just feel so much better about myself that a elite athlete admitted to struggling with video games. I felt like a loser, but now I feel better.
Well, that's what this was about, actually. We all got together to make you feel better. That
Thanks,
was
guys. Is that good?
No, we're out.
And you know what, guys? That's it for today. Unless you have any questions for us.
Now, this guy's been through a couple things. There's been some changes and stuff. You guys feel free. We thought we'd throw it open at the end if you had any questions about some of the stuff that had been happening or something you want to know about a song or any of the changes. That's open to anyone to feel free. One shot.
I got a question.
Sure.
Well, it's not formulated, my bad, I spoke too soon. But as a singer and a rapper, what is... Man, this is awful, guys. Should I just take a
Can't cut.
pause?
No, I think
Are
go
you a
for it.
tortoise or a hare? You're an abomination.
Brotherly love.
I think that I am the heir of a tortoise.
You're the heir of a tortoise.
H-E-I-R?
Yes.
Or like air tortoise, like that's your basketball player.
And that would be shabby.
You're an heir tortoise?
I don't know. I guess it sounds like it.
You're the heir, and you're the heir of a tortoise.
A tortoise.
So you inherit what tortoises have.
Exactly.
That might be true because my mama is a hare
See?
for sure.
I knew Ty would jump in.
Same thing.
Man, that saved him. You saved him with that, because he was over here like, what's next?
Yeah.
I am a slow thinker and a free runner. So that makes me the heir of a tortoise.
Let's
do Brian's question.
I said all of this just to give Brian a little bit of
Thank
time.
you guys,
Cookie
I
jam.
needed it.
Go ahead.
This does exist to make me feel better.
Cookie
It's
jam.
not.
Go
So,
for
as a writer who could do multiple genres, not just as a singer, but as a rapper, is that overwhelming? And does the potential that you have, does that feel like a threat to you sometimes? Because it's not just, oh, well, this is what I do. I do this, but it's like do you feel that pressure, and how do you continue to move forward in that? Because you got bars for days, and you can sing your butt off.
Thank you, bro.
So the world knows. They already know, but I'm just gonna remind them.
Machine Gun Chris.
Thank you guys. Well, this is refreshing. I thought I was gonna get a question about leaving RCA.
No, we don't care about that.
Yeah, well, good. I think the pressure only exists when I'm around people who don't see my full potential, because then I feel like I have to appease some style that they prefer, which usually comes from, in my opinion, a lack of context for what all I am able to do. So if I'm around a team of people who thinks that I have a great singing voice, but they've never heard me rap, or people who think that I'm a great rapper, but they've never heard me produce. And I think that up until 2014, the only two people that I can think of in my mind besides my father that ever recognized the full potential of that gift was my brother and Marlo Scott. And then in 2014, I was fortunate enough to meet the other Chris. And I think that he's helped put a lot of confidence in me. So much so that on one end I can be working on another secret album, and then on the other hand we have Ty Montgomery, you guys around, and we're recording a podcast because we just know where we're headed is the right place. And a lot of that confidence stems from just a developing relationship with God. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not worried about anybody.
Stop me. That's how you end a podcast. Can we run the music at the end there too?
Yeah, we will. We'll put the music at the end. It'll start after I said that.
Good. We'll do that.
We won't. Hey guys, thank you.
First, we want to thank Brian for being here. Kenny, shots on Brian.
All about you, son.
We got to say thank you to Taylor Gray for being here. Very much appreciated.
Machine gun.
And we need to say thank you to Ty Montgomery and his lovely wife Remy who let this happen. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, thank you for allowing us to bust in the first podcast with three gentlemen who there's a lot of respect. We've had some great conversations, especially over the last few days. So thank you so much for your time.
True for your head time. So don't watch how you speak on my name.
You know, my name is Chris.
That's also my name.
And as far as how we came up with the name for the show,
Yeah. Love you, my you.
And that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold said so.
Do the right. Talk about your bro.
We can do that.
Marlo.
My name is.
It doesn't matter what your name is. The fact of the matter is, when the dust is settled, when the smoke is cleared, the great one, The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today, will still be the WWE Heavyweight Champion. Choke on that, AJ Styles. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.